Hey guys, HW, back with another vid, and as promised, I've come into the city on a Sunday morning. I was up with the larks this morning. Actually, I got woken up by kookaburras at like 5:30 in the morning. So I thought I'd get in here as promised as we watch this ibis tucking into this flower bed here, looking for a few morsels. And directly behind me is the Matrix fountain, or the fountain from the Matrix, which we've seen many times before. Temperature in Sydney today, old Sydney town, it's going to be 28 degrees. Sorry, correction, 26 degrees Celsius, and the wind's currently from the north. And again, I make a mistake. The wind's currently from the west at 13 kilometers an hour. Now, surprised, looking up at the clock again, it's just 8:05 at the moment, or roundabout. And I'm surprised how many punters are getting around the city. I was expecting it to be as dead as a doornail. So we'll go for a trot. Probably going to get a morsel to eat, and then find a coffee. We're getting the War Memorial set up over here at the moment. There's probably going to be a service for a particular battle sometime during the week, and then suppose I'll be tempted to leave it up until a bit further into November. What's going on over here? Very islandy theme. Tropical fruits and flowers. Outside the Pearl place. Few punters getting around George Street, but still very quiet this Sunday morning. I was going to ride my bike around this morning, but in the end I thought it'd be too much of a pain in the neck to drag the bike in, so walking instead. I'm going to have a look at this motive over here. Once the light rail passes, all the racehorse action on the light rail. It's that time of year in Sydney where all of the horse racing's on, the big horse racing carnivals leading into the Melbourne Cup. I love that R.M. Williams advertisement. Yeah, they had the biggest race in Australia now, money-wise, yesterday. It's called the Everest for sprinters. And the favourite one, by a length or so, dominated them, which I expected, so I wasn't betting the short price. And there was the Caulfield Cup, and then soon enough the Melbourne Cup will be coming around on the first Tuesday in November. King Street looks dead as a door now. Sun rising from the east, starting to tickle the buildings as it comes through. I just took a quick pit stop in the Macca's back there on George Street and inhaled a sausage and egg muffin, one of my favourites. Let's have a quick squeeze in the Strand before we start hunting down a coffee. People on the chairs in there, probably a Romulo grabbing a coffee. Edition Roasters is open over there. That's an option if I don't find another one open. Sun beaming down Market Street. Hopefully Workshop Espresso up here is open. Haven't had one there for a while. I suspect on a Sunday most of the cafes won't open till about 10 a.m. I can still see a couple of people milling around it there. Maybe it is open. Yes, I think it's open. Oh, good times. Here we go. Hey mate, can I get a small flat white to take away? That's it. Thanks, buddy. Oh, we'll wait for the flat white to arrive as we look over at the QVB. Oh look, there's Hobbyco. Just there. Looks like it's going to be another glorious day today. A little bit of sketchy cloud around, but getting up to 26 degrees Celsius and light winds. It should be quite a delight. Oh, the flat white has arrived. There's the clock on Town Hall's tolls. Yes. Nectar. Let's give it a crack. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. The first nectar for the morning. I'll show you where I'm standing having a coffee. Standing on this little outdoor bench right next to Workshop Espresso. It's a great spot to perch yourself and watch the goings on in George Street. Couple of jacarandas outside the town hall over there. They'll get a lot thicker in the coming weeks. Let's get over the Frog and Toad and have a look down York Street. Can we get past this little fountain before John Laws talks? Hope so. Apart from the noisy buses, it's quiet on York Street. Few people waiting for buses to take them out to the northern beaches, go from there. I'm going to have to look at the bus stop now that I've mentioned it. Taronga Zoo and Chatswood, that bus stop is. I knew it was over the north somewhere. Look out, look at this little coffee shack here. Might have to come and try that one day. This cafe here is open. Beaumonte, is it? Cafe restaurant. I might I'll walk on the road a bit here so I can get some light, otherwise camera will crap itself. Industry Beans over there's got a few people in there. That's a mob from Melbourne originally. Wow, it's still here. This disposal store. It's been here forever. On York Street. We've got a casual position available if you want to work in an army disposal shop. I just walked past the Grace Hotel just then before. I noticed all the punters outside all had really small bags, small carry-on bags. So my guess would be that they're interstate tourists coming from Melbourne or Brisbane, Adelaide, any of the other capital cities for a cheeky weekend getaway. We came in on maybe a Thursday night and headed home today, Sunday. Random as that, just 2 milk bottles sitting on the side of the road. Get run over by this Audi. None of the coffee shops in Wynyard Street are open. think I might head down Hunter Street now, swing into Pitt Street, make my way back through, someone using one of those 360 cameras over there. Yeah, swing into Martin Place, get up into the robot train station and skedaddle. Call this little skirt through the city at an end. Just wanted to do a quick one, and it'll become evident in the next couple of weeks why I did the vid today. It's a cool little historical photo they've got listed there. Wow, there's an ATM. Don't see many ATMs around anymore. A couple of cyclists on the cycle path down Pitt Street. What's going on up there? Must be another coffee shop there. Batch is open over here. I once had somebody from Melbourne put a comment in the on one of the vids saying that they couldn't find a coffee shop in Sydney. They must be blind. Literally every street you walk in. So there's another one there. We only stepped a few feet. At nearly every street you walk in, there's like at least a handful of coffee shops. Or at least a coffee cart. And you have to be super, super unlucky to get a crap coffee in Sydney. As I see another group of tourists walk past. If you're a tourist and I don't have that many subscribers, but if you to happen by some of my vids and you think you may have been in the city the same day as me, I do date stamp most of my vids, so you should be able to use the search function in YouTube to find any particular date, then you should be able to find yourself. I've never been able to find myself on vids in other countries, but I would be beside myself if I could. That'd be awesome to see yourself in your natural state, just getting around another country. was obviously wrong before when I said they were getting set up for next week. There's a whole bunch of servicemen walking around now. Someone from the Navy, and then a bit earlier on George Street I saw someone from the Air Force. Don't worry about leaf blowers showing up on YouTube videos. Look over here, we've got a gurney jet washer giving us a racket. Doesn't look like it's working very well. All the flowers set into the stone. A quick glimpse back at the GPO clock, and then I'll head down into the robot station and get out of here. So enjoy the rest of your week wherever you are, and I'll see you with an exciting new vid soon. Something a bit different. The video is over. Are you bored yet of the escalator shot?
A right for Darren Harbour and Walsh Bay. Change for F3 Parramatta River and F4 Piedmont Bay ferry services. Doors will open